sweet.
I was doing karate from 8 years old to 12 years old, and I was kind of losing interest. So a friend brought me to a boxing gym, and as soon as I walked in, people were hitting the heavy bag, blah, 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 right? The speed bag going, da, 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 da. I was like, man, this is pretty cool. Come around the corner, and a couple people were dancing around in the ring, punching each other, and I was like, yo, ma, I want to do this, right? Like, what 12-year-old doesn't want to do that? I was already sparring for a few years in karate, so I pretty much got jumped in right away and started sparring, and I mean, I fell in love. I was hooked.
What was your coach like?
So he's old school Mexican. Everything was fighting, you know, inside nice and tight, off the jab. He was committed. Like, you could feel coming off of him, like he cared. He was a hero of mine, knowing that he was in the service in World War II, and just, he saw potential in everybody, you know what I mean? And he knew how to draw that out of you. He knew when to push you. That to me was critical because I needed it, not having a father in my life. In the open community gym like that, you don't always get the attention, right, from all the coaches. So just him wanting to be there and develop me was huge. I mean, he was retired, obviously, by the time I got to him. You know, he was in his 70s, so he'd go play around the golf, and then he'd pick me up for the gym. Once Glancy's closed, then he'd come pick me up for the gym for White Bear after school. And so I'd get home from school, do my homework. He'd pick me up by 4. I wouldn't be getting home till like 8.
What made you join the military?
So my first trainer was Emmett Yanez. He was a World War II veteran with 82nd Airborne. He's a pretty big hero in my eyes. He kept pushing, join the Army, box for them. You'll get a job in the meantime, and then try to make the Olympic team. So he said, you know, you can fight for your country and then fight for your country. And I was like, that was kind of my goal. I knew early on in life that's kind of what I wanted to do. So 17, I talked to an Army recruiter, and she goes, what do you want to do? I said, I want to box. And she was like, well, you need a job. So I took the test, failed that, took the test again, failed it. Finally, barely passed the 3rd time, and she was like, well, what would you want to do? I'm like, mechanic? She was like, how about infantry? Because I didn't have any other choice. She showed me a video of like these Special Forces Ranger dudes, and I was like, yep, let's do that. I left 3 days after graduation. The plan was to join the Army, box for the Army team, and then hopefully get a shot at making the Olympic team. So when I first got to my unit, I filled out the paperwork for a tryout for the team. But we were all training to get ready for deployment. So I was training at a gym in Colorado Springs there, and the coach there said, contact him when I get back from deployment. He set up a fight with the Army. He said he knew the Army coach on base, and he set up a fight. Went on a year-long deployment. I didn't get much time to train, much downtime. We'd be out for a few days at a time, and then be back for a day. So I'm trying to get my bag work in, work with a few guys, and then they'd be my sparring partners. As soon as I got back, I went to the gym, and coach said, you want me to set up the fight? I said, let's do it. I come in the gym the next day, and he goes, coach said 2 weeks. I'm like, man, I just got back. Like, I'm not even used to the altitude, none of that stuff, right? 2 weeks later, get there for the fight, and my coach goes, they want to do 4 rounds. Man, I'm struggling to make 3 rounds in sparring. Like, how are we going to do 4? I'm like, I've never even done 4. I don't think I can. Like, how can they do 4? And our coach goes, well, they're WCAT, the World Class Athlete Program. He goes, they just want to see what you got. I'm like, man, all right. Tell me why when I get to the ring. Bro is 6'4", 162 pounds, and a southpaw. All odds against me. I gave him my best. So we start fighting. I'm holding my own. I mean, he's not piecing me up, but I'm not winning the fight either. So there's that. I'm getting gassed by the 3rd round. Towards the end, he hit me with the low blow, and I mean, that was all I had. It took everything out of me. So coach calls a fight. I walked over to the Army coach corner, and I got my hands up. I'm like, that's all I got, man. They want to see what I got. I'm like, that's all I had. You got hurt, kid. Appreciate you, coach. And I'm walking back, and I'm like, I want to be like, man, you know how like little training I had leading up to this, but that didn't matter. You know what I mean? This guy was hungry. He was more prepared, and I mean, that's the name of the game. I guess where I hold my head high is I wasn't even eligible for that team. He was part of the more elite. They deal with like the Olympic stuff. So in order to be eligible for that team, you had to have placed or won in the nationals within a certain amount of time. I never went to nationals. I made it to regionals a few times, but I never went to nationals. So I wasn't eligible for that team, but I wanted to make the Army team, get trained up there for a little bit, hopefully win a national, make the WCAP team back in Colorado. So that would have been the plan. You know what I mean? Fight for the Army in deployment, fight for the Army team, WCAP, and then go Olympic team, hopefully, and fight for the country that way. I'm grateful I got a shot at my goal in life, because that's the only goal I really had. A lot of people don't get that shot. Yeah. So I'm grateful I even had an attempt. There's good times in the military. I was training a few of the guys, and another guy wanted to train, and he was newer, and I just didn't really have the time to train him, right? Trying to get my own stuff in. Man, we train me. I'm like, I don't know. Finally, we were at a house one day, and there was chickens running around, and he kept bugging me. I'm like, you know what? I tried to do the Rocky thing. You go catch that chicken, and I'll start training you. He's trying to run around, catch it, and it got away. He said something, I go, what was your mission? He goes, catch a chicken. I'm like, and you failed. He was like, why are you trying to make me catch a chicken? And I was like, oh, so clearly you're not ready to box yet then if you haven't even seen Rocky. So, so when I went in, it was 2004. I pretty much knew I was getting deployed, you know what I mean? And then being infantry, so I joined basic, got to my unit, we were training for deployment, went on deployment. The only country I visited, not just landed in, was Iraq. I didn't get to travel much. The language barrier was hard. We had interpreters with us, which that makes it hard too, because sometimes it's hard to get off like how you're saying it. It was a culture shock to see how they live. The kids just, they have nothing to do with nothing, you know what I mean? All they want is pens and flashlights and stuff like that. But the gracefulness of them, we'd be out for a few days at a time, so we'd stay in one of their houses and they'd cook for us. You know what I mean? We'd be chilling and drinking chai and hanging out, smoking hookah. And awesome people, friendly. The locals that we got to know. We were in the same area, we didn't travel. So we were almost like law enforcement, just patrolling the same area. I guess one of my favorite memories of being over there is walking through the yards, and they'd make the flatbread on the big, these big sand ovens. They walk by and I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. So that was fresh. It was awesome. It doesn't matter your sex, religion, race, skin color, how you do your hair, what clothes you wear, what music you listen to. Just one common question: do you support the mission? And if you do, jump on the bus. As you can tell, we can achieve amazing things. You got family, security, and purpose, and you can accomplish practically anything in this world.
How did you and your wife meet?
We met while I was deployed on MySpace. We talked for a little bit and came home on leave for a few weeks, and we hung out. And then I still had 6 months left of my deployment, so I went back and we kept talking. And then when I got back to Colorado, she moved out pretty much right away, and I don't know, it's been history ever since.
What does boxing give you that nothing else gives you?
I guess what boxing gives me is the sense of accomplishment. It's a solo sport, right? The amount of work you put in is what you're gonna get out. But it's also a team sport. So I kind of like both aspects of that, how you get solo and team. Kind of just a sense of accomplishment when you finally get done with that hard workout, and you can keep pushing yourself each workout. I wanna go harder, I want faster combos, more combos, slip more. It's that ultimate drive. You're never done learning the game. There's always something to improve on, something else to learn on. So it's that sense of accomplishment of all right, that goal's achieved. Let me move on to the next one.
What is some advice you would give to anyone who wants to join the boxing gym?
It's normal. And if you're asking yourself, what's normal? Yes. You're scared? That's normal. I don't know what I'm doing. It's normal. This sucks. It's normal. This is hard. It's normal. I can't do that. That's normal. Everything is normal to it. Can you just adapt and overcome? And the more you can do that every day when you show up to train, you're gonna get more out of it. Getting out of the mindset of I can't, this is hard, it'll change the game, it'll change how you train, it'll change your mentality on everything, and just instead of I can't, go all right, I will. Maybe not yet, but I will. So, just be determined. It takes time. It takes work. If this happened overnight, everybody would be a world champ. So it just takes time. My bad. Really. I thought this was gonna be like a 2-minute video. Stay ready, so you don't gotta get ready, and expect the worst and plan for the best. Come on, sucker! Uzi, you hear about that Saturday? 2 for the price of 1.
Nice.
That's a nice set too.
What is it?
Buy one, get one for free.
Oh.